Welcome back to Alabama Tech. Through some clever manipulation of archaic federal laws and a little financial sorcery, we'll be hosting the Panthers of Georgia State this week without the commitment of a future visiting matchup. And speaking of commitments, we have an A-list group of recruits on campus who will be judging our every move, many of whom are close to making their decision on where they spend their next 4 years. No pressure, right? Georgia State would get this game kicked off as our offense is set to take the field first. We'd start our drive out in our heavy package, which gains 10 yards on the first play, but ultimately that drive would stall out. We would then turn around and force Georgia State to a 3-and-out on their first drive. Chad Jackson does his best Ricardo Lewis impersonation. Backup running back Chris Newberry would see an increased role in this game. This drive would also unfortunately stall out. Coach Tebow asked to go for it on 4th down rather than kick the field goal, but the failed conversion cost us to leave points out on the field. Our defense would respond by bailing us out as they forced yet another 3-and-out. Todd Odom would see one reception going for 14 yards, and Ross Thomas would follow that up with the longest reception of this evening to close out the first quarter. Early in the second quarter, the toss sweep on 2nd down to John Rivero would lead to an Alabama Tech touchdown. Georgia State would respond by marching down the field themselves. A timely cornerback blitz from J.J. Cantrell, however, would set the Panthers back, eventually leading them to settle for 3. The combined efforts of Rivero and Newberry would help us drive down the field in the late minutes of the second quarter, but we would ultimately end up taking the easy 3 as time expired going into the half. We would go into the locker room taking a 10-3 lead with us, and the first half stats seemed to validate our run-first strategy as we were dominating the time of possession as well as other offensive categories. Defense showed up big by forcing Georgia State to punt on their opening drive of the second half. Our offense, however, did not get off to a great start, as we were forced to burn a timeout and were beginning to lose our edge in the run game. On the following drive, the officiating would miss a clear block in the back, allowing Georgia State to score on a 55-yard pass, tying up the game. Chris Newberry continues his highlight evening, taking a screen pass out for 23 yards, but ultimately that drive would stall out, leading us to punt it away. Fortunately for us, a muffed punt recovery would keep our drive alive. Though we managed to get inside the red zone, our progress was ended there. We would have to settle for 3 points and take the lead, and we would carry that lead with us on into the fourth quarter. We had the opportunity to hold them to a field goal. However, a lack of heads-up awareness from freshman Jesse Chapman let them lob one up into the end zone, thus giving Georgia State the lead again. At this point in the game, our run game had lost all steam, but playmakers like Justin Cox and Chad Jackson were still trying to give us a fighting chance. Well, okay, this is where I rejoin with live audio because my voiceover computer crashed, and yeah. And this is where not having that third timeout is going to come to bite me in the rear end, isn't it? Oh. We have got to start getting something done on defense. Oh. Okay, we've got to hold them to a field goal here. Oh, thank you for that drop. Oh, buddy. Nice. Oh, but man, could have had an interception there, but that at least gives us a chance to score a touchdown to tie the game up. Attaboy Chris Newberry getting us out of the danger zone. Well, not the best read option, but they pretty much had that well covered. There we go, first down. Oh, man. Oh, come on, Todd. You can't drop that. Todd Odom. And that's why you're on the bench. We desperately need something to go our way on this one. Ooh, and the incomplete pass makes it 4th and 2. We have a chance. Oh, and that's gonna be game over. Got aggressive and paid for it. Well, the pain train keeps on rolling here at Alabama Tech. Seems like the, same game, different day. Our offense just isn't able to generate enough yards or points, and eventually our defense just cracks. And to do it with as many recruits as we had watching, shame it kind of had to go down like that. You kind of hope that maybe they see the early playing time, which sadly is exactly what we pitched to this current roster. But I don't know what else to say other than that was not our finest outing, and 13 points just will not win us very many games going forward. Well, let's hit the locker room, get ready for next week. Before we begin game prep for Kent State, let's take an overhead look at the recruiting board, lightning round style. It's still anyone's game for linebacker Tarvarius Dowdle. We remain the favorite to land tackle Levi Hope. The battle for linebacker Colby Thompson remains tight, plenty of time before he commits anywhere. We leave for kicker Puka Bramba and seem to be pulling away with it. Little movement in David Bedell's recruitment. We're closing in on tight end Ricky Bell. Look for a commitment soon. Defensive tackle Donovan Allen is down to us or Georgia Tech. All we can do is try to maintain our full court press. South Alabama has taken the lead for defensive end Michael Watley. There's still time, but we may have to shift our attention toward Justin Rice, who has trimmed down his lead to us or East Carolina. Our highest ranked athlete, Tegan Meyer, has been neglected too long and will soon be receiving some much needed love. We're still in good standing for athlete Rodney Tenpenny and are slowly gaining his interest. Running back Cortez McKnight still has us in his top 2. Interestingly, no scholarship from UCLA yet. Our lead for linebacker Rob Doge is not looking too hot right now, with Troy and South Alabama closing the gap. We're climbing the leaderboard for tackles Mike Hamida and Mitch Zetzel. Cornerback Rashad White IV still has us atop of his leaderboard. We rank 2nd for wide receiver Niles Thompson. Alabama is still the team to beat though. Things are still looking good for us and safety TJ White. We recently offered athlete Dahu Johnson. It's a bit of a long shot, but there's still plenty of time before he makes any decisions. And lastly, we are a distant 3rd in the running for our backup option, Logan Hepp. Close but no cigar is how I would describe this team. The fact that we've taken leads going into halftime over these last couple of games shows that we have proof of concept, but the lack of depth to close it out. It's a tall order to fulfill as we go on the road next week, but it would be huge if we could finally get over that hump. If you've shared in crying manly tears with us, then you deserve a mysterious donation made under your name. And if you got any entertainment value from this video, then please salute that subscribe button and look up into the sky for that notification bell so that you never miss seeing future uploads zooming overhead as they break the sound barrier. Well, that's all the puns and time that I've got for today, so until next time, I've been Joseph, the Cruit'n Finger of Doom, and we'll see you soon.